These women remembered one thing above all else: the man who brought the breaking of the world. And him they named Dragon. Now this man has been born again. We don't know where or to whom, if he was reborn as a girl or a boy. The only thing we know for certain is that this child is coming of age now, and we must find them before the dark does.
In a small village named Two Rivers, Moiraine, a member of the all-female magical tribe named Aes Sedai, along with her warder Lan, arrives in search of a young boy or girl who can be the Dragon Reborn. The dragon is the only one who can save the world by defeating the Dark One, and according to the prophecy, the dragon has been born again 20 years ago, making Egwene, Rand, Perrin, and Mat the 4 potential dragons. At night, a group of Trollocs, servants of the Dark One, attack the village. Rand and his father Tam manage to kill one, while Nynaeve and Egwene get attacked as well. But just when a Trolloc is about to kill them, it's cut in half with the light of the One Power, wielded by Moiraine. Together with Lan, she kills dozens of Trollocs, while Perrin and his wife Layla manage to kill one too. But in his wild rage, Perrin accidentally kills Layla with his axe. Moiraine is able to defeat most of the Trollocs, but in their retreat, one of them takes Nynaeve with him. The following morning, Moiraine tells the teens that one of them is the new Dragon Reborn, and the Trollocs were after the dragon. When more and more Trollocs are seen coming down from the mountain, Egwene, Rand, Perrin, and Mat join Moiraine and Lan and head for Tar Valon, the city of the Aes Sedai. With hundreds of Trollocs on their tail, Moiraine and the others cross the river, since the Trollocs are afraid of deep water. On the other side, they cross paths with the Whitecloaks, an organization that is actively hunting down all magic users, which they believe are minions of the Dark One. Their questioner, Eamon Valda, interrogates Moiraine, but is unable to find out that she is a magic user. Sometime later, they settle at a place to rest for the night, with a weakened Moiraine unable to heal from a wound she sustained during the battle at Two Rivers. However, before they can fully rest, they are attacked by the Trollocs. With Moiraine unconscious, Lan leads them to the cursed city of Shadar Logoth, where the Trollocs don't dare to follow. In the ruin, Mat finds a dark dagger and steals it. When their horse then gets attacked by the dark force of the ruin, called Mashadar, everyone wakes up. Seeing the shadow also coming towards them, they start fleeing and are split up, with Perrin and Egwene jumping off the wall into the water, Rand and Mat going through a drainage tunnel, and Lan carrying Moiraine on a horse outside the city. But when Lan sets Moiraine down safely, Nynaeve puts a knife to his throat and asks him about her friends. It is revealed that Nynaeve killed the Trolloc that took her and tracked Lan to this place. Lan asks Nynaeve to put down the sword and help Moiraine so that they can find her friends together. Meanwhile, Rand and Mat plan to travel to Tar Valon, where they hope to find their friends. Continuing their journey, they reach a small town and visit the bar. The barmaid, Dana, offers them food and shelter in exchange for work. After the day of work, the barmaid takes Rand into a room and locks the door. She reveals herself to be a dark friend, a servant of the Dark One. Her mission is to capture the potential Dragon Reborn and bring it to her master. But before she can seize him, Rand runs down the heavy door with inhuman strength and escapes. While fleeing, he runs into Mat and they both get cornered by Dana. However, before she can attack, she is killed by Tom, a performer they met earlier in the bar. With their location compromised, Tom convinces them to leave with him immediately. While also on their way to Tar Valon, Egwene and Perrin are followed by wolves, whom seem to have a connection with Perrin. During their journey, they encounter a peaceful group called the Tinkers, who allow them to join them. After Moiraine is partially healed by Nynaeve, the trio successfully find other Aes Sedai sisters. The leader of the sisters, Liandrin, tells them that they have captured Loghain, a man claiming to be the Dragon Reborn. Still running from a Fade, a mouthless creature serving the Dark One, Mat, Rand, and Tom reach a farm and are allowed to stay the night there. While cleaning the stables, Mat becomes sick from the darkness. That night, Rand wakes up from a dream and sees that Mat is no longer with them. Together with Tom, he goes to the barn, and they see the dead bodies of the farmer's family, with Mat standing there with the dagger in his hand. Mat then points towards the shadow and says, "I see you," revealing that the Fade has followed them. Tom tells them to flee, while he will buy them some time, allowing the duo to escape. Having brought Loghain to the Aes Sedai camp, the sisters Liandrin, Corrine, and Alana inform Moiraine that it takes 2 sisters at a time to shield Loghain from using the One Power. However, when his followers arrive and attack the camp, Loghain breaks the shield. The Aes Sedai try to reinstate Loghain's shield, but Corrine is killed by Loghain's power. Feeling his mistress's death, Stepan, Corrine's warder, runs into the cave and jumps onto Loghain with his 2 axes, but his axes simply shatter on impact, causing the flying shrapnel to injure everyone, and even mortally wound Lan. Deeply hurt by Lan's imminent death, Nynaeve taps into the One Power and releases a burst of light so powerful that it heals everyone in the cave, including Lan. With Liandrin healed, she stands up and together with her sisters, she gentles Loghain, removing his connection to the One Power forever. After burying their dead ones, Moiraine's company reaches Tar Valon, bringing with them Loghain to stand trial. Sometime later, Mat and Rand also reach Tar Valon, where they meet Loial and Ogier. Rand tells him about Egwene and his friends. Hearing of this, Loial informs Nynaeve about the boys, and they are reunited. That night, Stepan commits suicide due to the pain of losing his Aes Sedai, Corrine. While traveling with the Tinkers, Perrin and Egwene stumble upon the Whitecloaks again. Despite resistance from the Tinkers, the questioner Eamon Valda gets his hands on Perrin and Egwene, since he believes that Egwene is a channeler, a user of the One Power. At their camp, the questioner tortures Perrin in hopes of forcing Egwene to channel, which she eventually does, when she uses her power to free Perrin. Wanting to unleash his anger on Valda, Perrin's eyes become wolf-like. But before he can attack him, Egwene stabs Valda from the back. Simultaneous with their escape, a pack of wolves start attacking the Whitecloaks' camp, allowing the two to escape in the chaos. At Loghain's trial, the Armerlin Seat, the leader of the Aes Sedai, sentences him to a lifelong imprisonment. When Mat's situation then gets worse, Moiraine finds them through her sources in the city. She quickly realizes that his sickness is caused by the dagger he stole from Shadar Logoth. Using her powers, she absorbs the darkness in him into the blade, saving his life. Soon after this, her sisters find Perrin and Egwene and take them into the city, where Moiraine tells them that Mat and Rand are also alive and they should get some rest and heal. Continuing her mission to find the Dragon Reborn, she privately visits the Armerlin Seat, and it is revealed that they have a relationship. She asks her girlfriend and leader to publicly exile her so that she can complete her quest without intervention, which the Armerlin Seat does. Together with the 4 potential dragons, Nynaeve, Loial, and Lan, Moiraine travels to a Waygate of the Ways, a magical travel system that will lead them to the Eye of the World, the place where the last dragon had defeated and imprisoned the Dark One. With one of the teens now tasked to defeat the Dark One again, when they then enter the Ways, they notice that Mat isn't following them and realize that he has chosen another path. In a flashback, it is shown how a superhuman and pregnant female warrior got killed by a group of men. On the brink of death, she surrenders her baby to Tam, indicating that the baby was Rand, and also explaining Rand's exceptional strength. In the present, Moiraine's party encounters a Trolloc, and the Black Wind called Machin Shin, in the Ways. With the wind trying to fill their heads with doubts, they decide to exit the Ways as soon as possible, and arrive in the city of Faldara. In the city, they are welcomed by Lord Agomar and his sister Lady Amalisa. Moiraine then takes them to a bar and asks the bartender Min, who can see glimpses of someone's fate, to look into the four of them. Min says that they are all connected somehow, with Perrin having yellow eyes and Rand rocking a baby. That night, Moiraine finally tells the group that whoever is not the dragon will die at the Eye, and they will leave tomorrow morning. Having fallen in love with each other, Nynaeve and Lan spend the night together, and she learns that he is actually the king of a land called Malkir, which has fallen to the blight a long time ago. Meanwhile, Rand contemplates his past and realizes that all the signs suggest that he is the Dragon Reborn. Him breaking the fortified door in the bar, killing the Trolloc in the ways, and the Black Wind telling him that it's him. The following morning, Lan informs the others that Moiraine and Rand have left to fight the Dark One, while the two of them reach the Blight and enter it to reach the Eye. Rand and Moiraine keep going through the Blight, and she hands him a Sa-Angreal, an object in which thousands of male channelers have put their entire power, a tool that Rand will need to defeat the Dark One. Back at the Faldara, the city is about to be attacked by thousands of Trollocs. Lord Agomar orders his army to go to the fort, in the Gap, and defend from there, while his sister will defend the city. Moiraine and Rand then reach the Eye of the World, and he suddenly finds himself in a house with Egwene and a child playing outside. Rand rocks the baby in his arms, while in reality, he lies unconscious in the arms of Moiraine. The Dark One then appears. As Moiraine tries to kill him, he takes away her power by just moving his fingers. In the illusion, the Dark One tells Rand that his life can be like this if he wants to. Rand then asks him how to make that a reality, with the Dark One telling him to channel his power into the baby, which actually means either breaking the Dark One's chains or strengthening them. Realizing the deception, Rand channels his power into the Sa-Angreal and uses his power to cage the Dark One successfully. In Faldara, the whole army moves to defend the Gap, while Nynaeve and Egwene join Lady Amalisa and two other channelers to defend the city. At the Gap, Lord Agomar is soon killed by the Trollocs, who manage to breach the fort and make their way to the city. However, before they reach it, the sisters link together and summon the Light of the One power to kill every last Trolloc. But after using this much power, Lady Amalisa and the two other channelers succumb to the energy, with only Egwene and Nynaeve surviving. In the city itself, Loyal is killed by the Dark Friend, Padan Fain, who steals the Horn of Valir, a horn which can summon the greatest heroes to the dragon's aid in the last battle. Back at the Eye, Rand asks Moiraine to tell the rest that he has died, and then leaves her. When Lan finds her, she tells him that this was not the last battle, just the first. Sometime later, at the far western shore, a massive fleet of mysterious channelers arrives and cause a tsunami to engulf the lands.